All right, good evening, folks. It is Friday, and not only is it Friday, it is an absolutely special Friday. As tonight, Cyber Racing Association's K&N West Series Automotive Solutions, the title sponsor. This is tonight the race for the championship, and who's going to bring home that Z's custom diecast car. Tonight, we have 4 drivers battling for the championship. We have the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, the 3 of Rodney Wofford, the 4 of Justin Levine, and the 58 of James Peterson. So hopefully Dwayne ends up having to mail that diecast car out somewhere. If not, he gets to keep that thing nice and safe and sound at home. But he's got some stiff competition, but I think tonight we are going to see some absolutely amazing racing. As you can see, we are here at Daytona International Speedway. It's nighttime, which means there's going to be tons of grip. Tire wear is not really going to be an issue here. We're going to see the extreme speeds, and as the final seconds here are ticking down in practice, we'll advance into qualifying to see who gets the pole tonight, but most importantly, it's going to come down to who gets the win and the championship. Now, if a driver outside of the 4 wins the race, the next closest scoring driver who is chase eligible in the final 4 will come home as the season champion. So there's a lot riding on this race tonight. Everybody has got to be on their best behavior. They've got to show a lot of patience, a lot of restraint, and it's a thing that we've seen with these guys over the couple seasons that we've broadcasted with them, that they know their car control, but we also know that these K&N cars are a double-edged sword. They draft extremely well, but the Achilles heel is the back of these cars are completely squared, and the noses are pretty much like a doorstop, and we've seen it all too many times, bump drafting gone wrong. But as the session kicks over now, we are going to enter into qualifying. And as soon as the drivers start putting some times out on the boards, we see the 89 there of Matthew Quick. He's going to get that car out on the track and get it wound up to speed and see what kind of lap he can turn. Now that right there is Mike Major's favorite paint scheme, the Psychedelic Kitty, as we see the 96 of Jason Roadbush as he comes off of pit road here to start his qualifying run. We see the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr., a.k.a. Dale Jr., rocking the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats paint scheme there. He's going to get that machine up to speed. Now this is single car qualifying. It'll just jump around as the cars come on track. Good luck tonight, James. Hope you bring home the championship. You're in the final 4. Everything's riding on tonight. You had a great finish last week. Hopefully tonight you can seal the deal. Let's go ahead and take a look here, see what he does here at the line. The line right now, he's going to be scored in 5th spot. Our pole right now, as it stands, will be the 27. Nope, now the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr. is going to top the driver list right now. The 27 of Kevin Wilkie will be second. Jason Rudbush in the 96 third, Zachary Hale in the 62 fourth. But things are going to continuously switch around right now as, of course, everybody is out on track getting their laps in. Now we have Matthew Quick sitting on pole with the 89 machine. And right there, we saw it. Mark Jorgensen Jr. is going to lock down the pole for the time being, but there is still that man right there, the 3 of Rodney Wofford. Let's see what he can do, if he can knock fellow DHI teammate off of the top spot here tonight. And there it is right there. Rodney Wofford's going to set it on the pole right now. So right now, Rodney Wofford is going to be our pole sitter as it stands. Fellow DHI teammate Mark Jorgensen Jr., 7 thousandths of a second behind him in second, and then 2 hundredths behind will be the 89 of Matthew Quick. So we see the 4 of Justin Levine. He is one of our chase drivers. The chase drivers tonight are going to be anybody who has the dark green numbers. So the 00, the 3, the 4, and the 58 will be using those dark green numbers, meaning they are the final 4 here in the season finale here at Daytona. And the drivers' meeting is underway right now, so might as well pop this up. This is, of course, the championship round tonight. We will crown the champion for the K&N West Series and also the winner of that Z's custom diecast car. Now, of course, we are once again at Daytona Motor Speedway, the home of racing worldwide here as far as oval racing goes. Tonight we've got a nice, seems like the track and the air temp seem to be matching each other out, and the relative humility, we've seen some of that in the past, but the relative humidity is at a nice 55, and it's of course clear, so drivers meeting is underway. We are less than 5 minutes away from getting the grid down for the final race here. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I think we're going to see some, possibly, hopefully some good 3-wide racing as we saw last week. They were 3 wide, 4 deep, able to hold it 4 wide. It was absolutely amazing at Talladega. We saw all the typical things of plate track racing. We saw the big wreck. We saw super clean, I think it was 4 wide, 4 deep, so that's 12 cars in 4 rows racing side by side. That's something that you rarely can see other leagues do, but we saw it last week at Talladega, and now that we are here at Daytona for the season ender, I expect to see some 3-wide racing, especially since it's nighttime, and I know these drivers are more than ready to get out there, lay down these last 60 laps, crown the champ, put this season in the books, and move on to next season. Now, sadly, on a side note, this is the last race we will be broadcasting for Cyber, as we were going to take over the alternation between the trucks and the K&N series, as well as the dirt, but we ran into scheduling conflicts. So after an amazing 2 seasons with Cyber. We are going to be parting ways, and we have picked up a new league to run on Saturday nights, which will be the Roaring Thunder Racing League. They also run the K&N cars on a fixed set, so we've got a few dates with them, but as always, Sunday nights, we have the Diehard Racing Automated Office Technologies Truck Series, and on Tuesdays, we have the Mr. Shift Racing League. They run the A-Class car, otherwise known as the Monster Energy Series Cup cars. They run the full entire NASCAR schedule at a 3/4 distance, so there's still plenty of racing that will be going on Diehard Live TV, but as I said, tonight will be our farewell to Cyber as well as the farewell of this season, so this is going to be one for the books tonight. So right now, the way the top 10 is looking, we've got the 3 of Rodney Wofford, who is one of the Final 4 on pole. Second will be the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. Rolling up third will be the 89 of Matthew Quick. Chris Akers in the 54 is our 4th place car. The 18 of Gary Champion 5th. Gregory Thompson in the 8, 6th. Justin Levine, who is another one of the Final 4, in 7th. 96 of Jason Roadbush will be 8th. The 45 of Eddie Hawks 9th. And rounding up the top 10 will be a third of the 4 drivers, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. Looking through the rest of the timing, back in 15th, we have James Peterson, the last of the Final 4. But we all know with plate track racing, as we saw last week at Talladega, anybody can win these races. So it's just going to come down to who's going to have the patience, who's going to be able to manage the make it through the wrecks, all that. As we see the checkered flag has come out, we're going to, for one last time, bring out the U.S. Army Marching Band to bring us our national anthem and nation's colors. So everybody please rise, remove your hats, and here we go one last time. Well, once again, it appears that somebody here at Daytona is sabotaging the Army's microphones, but nonetheless, we'll get into the grading order. Starting on pole tonight is the 3 of Rodney Wofford. Outside of him, fellow DHI teammate Mark Jorgensen Jr. Rolling off third, we have the 89 of Matthew Quick. Chris Akers will roll off 4th. Gary Champion starts 5th tonight. Gregory Thompson 6th. The 4 of Justin Levine will roll off 7th. Jason Rudebush 8th. Eddie Hawks in the 45, 9th. Dwayne Cooper in the 00 is going to round out the top 10. Starting 11th, we have the 62 of Zachary Hale. Bobby Tinch 12th. Troy Patterson 13th. Artie Peterson Jr. 14th. James Peterson 15th. Kevin Wilkie 16th. Raymond Rittenhauer 17th. Matthew Welsenbach 18th. Rod Ronimus 19th. Thomas LeVar will round out the top 20. Jason Kinzer 21st. Jeremy Funk 22nd. That's going to round out the field as the pace car is on The backstretch here, we are less than half a lap away from taking the green flag here in the final race of the season here. Alan, I know this has been one hell of a season. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
You know, Art, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, you know, these guys are going to want to win these top four. They're going to push it hard. I think we're going to see a lot of hard racing.
Well, we're about to find out as the pace car makes its way out of turn 4. It's going to duck down pit road here, and we are going to get this race underway as the 3 of Rodney Wofford is going to lead us into the restart zone. Green flag is out. We are underway here with the championship race for the Cyber Racing Association K&N Automotive Solutions West Series. As they come out of turn 4 for the first time, is it going to be the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. or the 3 of Rodney Wofford to lead that lap? And first lap in the books, it's going to go to the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. Right now we see the battle going on between the 45 of Eddie Hawks, the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr., the 58 of James Peterson, who, as you see, he is rocking those dark green numbers, which means he is one of the final 4. The 00 is one as well as the 4 car and the 3. Right now, it is still a battle up front. As right now, I do believe we are 3 wide. We're going to go ahead and look up there at the front of the field. Right now we see Rodney Wofford's able to hold on to that lower line. He's got the 89 of Matthew Quick and the 4 of Justin Levine behind him. On the outside line, we've got the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. and the 54 of Chris Akers as we take lap 6 here at Daytona. If we do get a caution, there will be probably a little pause in the stream right now. I am noticing there's a little bit of lagginess going on, and it'll take a caution to get that problem solved. But as of right now, we're just going to roll with it until the caution does come out. Right now we have two championship contenders right there in the front two. We have the 4 of Justin Levine and the 3 of Rodney Whoppers. We see the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. is going to take it 3 wide as they come across the stripe and into turn 1. Justin Levine's wisely going to back it off and get in behind the 89 of Matthew Quick, which is going to bring us back to 2 wide racing. But the 88 there is no stranger to taking it to the outside as well as the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. So as they come to the stripe again, once again, it's going to be the 3 of Rodney Wofford leading it. So he puts lap 7 in the books. We see the psychedelic kitty there of Matthew Quick.
It does kind of look like we have about 2.5 packs running here. The front pack is running pretty much 2 by 2, then there's a little group in between, and then the next pack running 2 by 2 again. And by my speed chart, they're turning about 206 miles an hour.
Which is absolutely what we are used to seeing here at Plate Tracks with the K&N car. I know we've said it at least 200 or 300 times throughout the couple seasons we've covered these cars, but ever since iRacing came out with the low downforce package, these cars have benefited the most from it, as they have just the most amazing closing rate. The draft is amazing on these cars. But what we also see too is, like I said in the pre-race, that these cars are absolutely flat on the back, and on the nose, it is a very, very, very sharp point to it. And if you bump somebody the wrong way in a corner, that's the difference between gaining some speed and accidentally hooking somebody. We've seen bump drafting gone bad a lot with these cars. It doesn't matter where you are, and then it's just you got to time your bump drafting right. And I mean, you can see the way these guys are side drafting each other. These cars are just so much better now that the low downforce package was put into play. Right now we see the 27 of Kevin Wilkie is being scored right now in 11th spot, I do believe. Yes, he is in 11th, and right in front of him, chase contender, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. As we've gotten 10 laps in the books, it's 50 laps to go here. Looks like nothing really has changed out front. It's still the 3 of Rodney Wofford leading it. We still have the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. lead car on that outside line, being pushed by the 54 of Chris Akers. Rodney, meanwhile, is being pushed by the 89 of Matthew Quick, and directly behind him is the 4 of Justin Levine. So we're seeing now 3 of the 4 chase contenders here in the top 10. The 00 right there at the back of this lead pack is the 3rd contender.
I was going to ask where Slowpoke was tonight.
He's right there. He's made his way to the, as you call it, the upside line. So he's got the 96 there. He's going to push the 96 up to the 54, and I bet you we're going to see the 00 start making some moves.
Tonight, that's probably going to end up being the upside down line.
Well, with this, everything, pretty much everybody's throwing everything they got at it tonight, seeing how this is going to determine who's going to bring home the championship. I'd say it might turn into the upside down line.
Well, I could have said the downside up, but...
Or you could have said you were looking from the outside looking in.
Well, that's the case in a lot of situations with me. I'm always on the outside looking in.
Now we can see already that the 00, Dwayne Cooper's made his way into 6th place, so if he can get one more spot, that'll put 3 of the 4 championship contenders in the top 5. As we can see that second pack back there, they're kind of just running around. Meanwhile, the front pack is trying to check out. And we just, Alan likes to listen in on the different driver channels. We just heard out of the 00's camp that he's going to be going balls to the wall tonight. He's going to do everything he can to get around the 88 of Dale Jr. there and around the 3 of Rodney Wofford. So, like I said, look for that 00 to make some moves. As right now, he is passing the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. So that will put 3 of the 4 Chase contenders into the top 5. And we see the 00 is not afraid to move as he gives the 88 a nice little door donut there. So as it stands right now, that is the battle for 5th position, the 00 and the 88. So right now as it stands, 1st, 3rd, and 4th are all Chase eligible, as you can see by those dark green numbers they are using. As long as Dwayne can get by the 4 of Justin Levine, as right now we see it. Rodney Wofford's going around. We got a wreck on the backstretch. Oh, the 00 is involved as well. Or no, take that back. That is the 4 of Justin Levine. All right, folks, now we're going to use this opportunity here since we are under caution. I am going to quickly change the encoder settings here so we do not have any more issues with it. So we will be back momentarily. All right, there we go. We are back now. Had to do a quick little change there. But now the stream should smooth out a hell of a lot better, so there we go. And now we're going to try and see exactly what happened there. We know it was with the 3 of Rodney Wofford, so we're going to go ahead and try and get a replay on that. Here we see it now. coming out of turn 2. Looks like he gets a little bit of a bump there from the 89, and it sends him around, which sends the 89 of Matthew Quick around. Also the 4 of Justin Levine, and then we see Rodney also gets clipped by another car, so ouch. Not a good way to start off the races. We can see a heavy smoke coming out of the 3 there, but nonetheless, we are under caution for the first time here at Daytona tonight.
Round and round we go. Where we stop, holy.
Nobody knows. As we see after pit stops, the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. is going to make it out as your race leader. Looking through, we'll give you a quick top 10 here. Gary Champion in the 18 is going to be your second place car. Raymond Rittenhauer in the 87 will be third. Chris Akers in the 54, fourth. Eddie Hawks in the 45 will be your fifth place car. Jason Kinzer in the 13th will restart sixth. The 96 of Jason Roadbush, seventh. The 8 of Gregory Thompson in 8th. The 66 of Bobby Tinch, 9th. The 1 of Artie Peterson Jr. is going to round out the top 10. And another thing to mention, I think the Driver of the Year award tonight is going, if he can do it, is the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach. So he right now is sitting in 11th spot. The graphics on the hood and shit. Right now we're taking a look here at the 00. You can see he's got a little bit of damage there on the rear spoiler, what we like to refer to it as a little bit of a wedgie, but other than that, looks like he made it out of that all right. Right now he is currently being scored in the 15th spot. So right now as it shakes out, our highest scoring driver as far as championship wise goes is the 3 of Rodney Wofford, and he right now is being scored. Actually, let's see. Let's look down through the list here. Taking a look. Right now the highest scoring driver for the chase will be the 58 of James Peterson. He is being scored in 11th spot. After that we have the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, then Rodney Wofford, and then Justin Levine. So right now, all eyes are on the 58 as he is the highest scoring chase driver, but you can see the 3 of Rodney Wofford is directly behind him. Excuse me, that's a 00 there. But you can see there's all 4 chase cars there, starting with the 58 of James Peterson. Then we also have the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach there, who separates the 00, the 3, and then the green flag comes back out. Pace car obviously made its way off. We were so concerned with looking at all that. Didn't even see that. We're back green flag racing here at Daytona. Mark Jorgensen Jr. is going to lead us around again.
He's got out for a pretty good jump. He's got Raymond Rittenhauer right on his tail.
We see they are definitely not holding anything back tonight, as we got some 3 wide going on as we see the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach drop down to the apron there on the backstretch.
Yeah, he called out he was going to try to drop back. He's got a lot of damage to the car.
Well, he is going for that Driver of the Year award just for having the lowest amount of incidences. I almost messed up and said you would have incidences. And now, oh, we got Junior going around. Another wreck, big wreck. Again, and they're still wrecking here. We see the 5 of Thomas Labar heavily involved. We're going to go to him first because that looked like a wild ride. We're actually going to go in cockpit for that one. So here we are riding on board with the 5 of Thomas Labar. We're going to see what happened from his standpoint, but all I know is from what we saw up here in the tower, he went for one hell of a ride tonight. See him get down the apron. Everything looks good. He gets tagged. He goes over, and then, oh man, that's like a whirling dervish there. That thing is just not stopping. Wow. As he comes to rest on his side and sticks the landing. And he's actually able to fire that car back over and continue going. Awesome. So right now, that is going to put us under caution again for the second time here tonight. That was definitely some awesome car control there. I've never seen somebody spin so many times on the roof and then stick the landing. So right now, the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer is going to be sitting pretty as he is being scored as your race leader. So we see several cars peeling down pit road. Alan will go ahead and see what they're doing as far as pit strategies, but I guarantee it's probably just going to be splash and goes to keep it topped off here. But we see the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, and we also see the 3 of Rodney Wofford. He's going to stay out as well, which is going to move him up to second spot. We see the 31 of Troy Patterson. He's going to stay out to get a lap back. He is being scored right now as 2 laps down, so he's obviously going to stay out and take the wave by here.
Well, I would say that the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, if he actually pitted, I didn't see if he did.
Nope, he stayed out.
Yeah, I thought he stayed out.
As well as the 3 of Rodney Wofford.
Yeah, looks like everybody else that had pitted, looks like they were either fixing damage or a 2-tire stop.
Looking at the pit times, I would have to agree with you there, seeing a lot of them. All right, so now that's going to change things around once again, as now our highest scoring chase driver is right there, the second place car, the 3 of Rodney Wofford. The next closest one will be the 58 of James Peterson. He is currently being scored in 5th position. Then our next chase driver is in 9th place, which would be the 4 of Justin Levine. And then our last of the final 4, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. He is being scored in 12th position now as they cross the line here. All right, so now we're going to give you another run through the top 10 here. 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer is out front. Rodney Wofford second. Eddie Hawks is in the 3rd spot. Bobby Tinch 4th. James Peterson, who is one of the final 4, as well as the 3 of Rodney Wofford, he's going to be in 5th spot. Jason Rudebush 6th. Jason Kinzer 7th. The potential driver of the year, Matthew Welsenbach 8th. Justin Levine, another of the final 4, 9th. And Rod Ronimus is going to round out the top 10. as we are hoping that we will get one to green this time by. As we see the lights on the pace car are out as we ride on board right now with your race leader, the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. We're gonna move over one car and we're gonna look on the upside down lane because we did see that already. So Alan, you called it. We got the upside down lane tonight. We're riding now with the 3 of Rodney Wofford.
Oh, I was just going to make the note that these guys are going to have to make at least one more pit stop here, as they're going to be about 10 laps short on fuel.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, I don't think we're done seeing that yellow flag waving tonight, so they definitely have the opportunity to do so. As the pace car makes its way through turns 3 and 4, it'll duck down pit road again unless Brett Bedine decides he wants to get out there and try and race with these cars. But I can tell you right now that Mustang FRS 500 definitely does not have the power that these K&N cars do. So if he's smart, he's going to duck down pit road here, and Raymond Rittenhauer is going to lead us into the restart zone and get this race back underway with 33 laps to go. Green flag is out. We are back racing. Let's see what the 87 and the 3 can do here on the restart.
As they're pretty much door to door down the front stretch.
Does this place have a front stretch? It's a super stretch.
As the 87's going to power down through the bottom of the corner here, he's going to fall in behind, the 3's going to fall in behind him.
Right now we can see the 4 of Justin Levine. We see the 58 of James Peterson. We see the 3 of Rodney Wofford. They're all running the dark green numbers, meaning that they are in the final 4. The last one is right there next to the second kitty of Matthew Quick. That would be the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. Raymond Rittenhauer is going to lead that lap. We see a little bit of moving and shaking going on in the upper line there. The upper line is being led by the 45 of Eddie Hawks. Behind them is the 58 of James Peterson and the 66 of Bobby Tinch. On the inside, we've got the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, the 3 of Rodney Wofford, and the 96 of Jason Roadbush. Now we see the 4 of Justin Levine. He's going to go to the high side as well. And that time by Eddie Hawks will lead a lap. See right there, the 58 of James Peterson. He is in great position as he is door to door with the 3 of Rodney Wofford. Been an entire season in the making here, and in 30 laps, we will crown a champion here tonight. Good to see the 5 of Thomas Barr back out there. He had to obviously use his quick fix, but he did go for a nasty ride out of turn 2 onto the backstretch.
This double zero of Dwayne Cooper is trying to make a move to the outside here and get back towards that front pack.
This time by Raymond Rittenhauer is going to get that lap. So right now, as it stands, it's a battle between the 3 and the 58, who are both chase contenders here. They are running 3rd and 4th, and right there, as you can see, they are door to door going into turn 3 and 4 here. Those are your front 2 runners out of the 4 for the championship, but right behind them, you can also see the 4 of Justin Levine. He is also a chase contender. He is sitting right now in 8th spot, so with 28 laps to go here at Daytona, if they stay green, we know that the 87 and the 3 is not going to have enough fuel because they did stay out, but I know they're banking on a caution to come out, but if it does not, as it stands, that would put it between the 4 of Justin Levine and the 58 of James Peterson. Oh, and we got the 4 turning the 58. No caution yet. I don't believe we're going to get a caution for that, but we did see the 4 get into the 58 and put him in the wall. Very tough break for the 58 of James Peterson, as the caution is not going to come out for that, but it was definitely the 4 of Justin Levine. They got into the back, or got to the side of the 58 and put him into the wall, so now that's going to move things around, and we've got the 3 of Rodney Wofford, followed by the 4 of Justin Levine, and then the 00 of Dwayne Cooper. Where right now, the one that will bring home the championship, if it stays green, but we know he's short on fuel, is the 3 car of Rodney Wofford.
Oh, like I was saying, the whole field, yep, there you go, stepping on my tongue again. The whole field is short on fuel, but they are shorter than everybody else by about 2 laps.
Well, out front, it's still the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer leading it. Directly behind him, 3 of Rodney Wofford. 96 of Jason Roadbush right now is holding down 3rd spot. Eddie Hawks in the 45 is 4th. And actually now we're seeing, as they're battling, the outside line has got a run going. Eddie Hawks is going to go for the gusto here and try and lead a lap here. As we see the 5 of Thomas LeVar, the 1 of Artie Peterson Jr., the 66 of Bobby Tinch, and the 4. We got the 5 going around. Oh, Rodney Wofford involved again. Caution is out.
Man, tell me what you got.
I don't know who to put it on that one, Alan. I know we saw contact with the 5, but I don't know what triggered that event.
What triggered that event was the 1 car was just a little bit low on the 5, And he stuck that shovel up underneath the 5 and got him turning down sideways, hit Rodney Wofford, and around they all go.
Well, let's go take a look at that then and see. As we're going to back it up a little bit here, we will focus on the one of Artie Peterson Jr. This is coming down the backstretch as they get the run into 3 and 4. Everything's going good so far. Looks like that outside line was really going to make the move, but we do see the one does get a little bit underneath there, and it turns the 5 down the hill, which unfortunately clips the 3 of Rodney Wofford, puts him hard into the wall. Him and the 29 of Matthew Welzenbach make contact, and that's going to expire the motor on the 29. But once again, we've seen that's just the byproduct of super speedway racing here.
That's one of them cases that I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. Oops,
Oopsie, I didn't touch you, I slammed you, sorry. All right, so now that we know with 23 laps to go, it's a safe bet. Everybody is going to come down and at least take a full, well, by full 50%, seeing how they only run 50% fuel. They're going to fill those cars full of Sunoco race fuel so they can make it the rest of the way. Now, whether they take tires or not, that's going to be a different story, but we have everybody coming down pit road right now. As we can see the heavily damaged car of Rodney Wofford, he's already used his quick repair, so unfortunately, I do believe that is going to knock the 3 out of contention, so that's going to leave only the 4 of Justin Levine, the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, and the 58 of James Peterson, which right now James is being scored 1 lap down in 14th place. And it does appear that right now, according to the timing loop, that he is not in lucky dog contention. So as they come off of pit road, your race leader will still be the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, and behind him in second, fellow Dingleberry Motorsports teammate, the 89 of Matthew Quick, Artie Peterson Jr., who we saw, who kind of got into the 5 there and brought out the last caution. He's going to be scored in third. Now, the 00 Dwayne Cooper is the first car in contention for the championship tonight. He is being scored in the 4th spot. Jason Kinzer 5th, Bobby Tinch 6th, Zachary Hale 7th. The 4 of Justin Levine, who is the next closest chase contender, in 8th. The 45 Eddie Hawks 9th, and Rod Ronimus is going to round out the top 10. So right now, as it stands, it's going to be a battle between the 00 of Dwayne Cooper and the 4 of Justin Levine for the championship, unless we get another caution and somehow James can get back on the lead lap, although I do believe he did get back on the lead lap. We're going to have to let the timing loop update, but it's now not showing him down a lap. So we will go at least 1.5 more times around the track as the lights are still on as the pace car is making its way around turn 1 and 2 at the moment. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break and we will return live with the action here. All right, so that was timed perfectly as we see more cars ducking down pit road. We expect the lights on the pace car to go out this time by as it crosses the stripe. And it does so with 19 laps to go when we restart this race. We're going to have Dingleberry Motorsports out front as the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer is your race leader, and the 89 of Matthew Quick is in second spot. Starting in third will be the 00 of Dwayne Cooper, and outside of him will be the 66 of Bobby Tinch. And as we pretty much well predicted when we saw everybody coming down for service, the 3 of Rodney Wofford is done for the night, so that is going to put an end to his championship run. And the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach is also going to pull his car off the track because right now he is sitting in the driver of the year spot. So if he stays out and gets any more incidences, he could potentially lose that, and he just needed to show up and start the race in order to hold on to that. So smart move on the 29's part if he does duck down and park the car for the rest of the night. So he will walk home this season with the driver of the year for having the lowest amount of incidences. All right, Brett Bodine's going to make his way down pit road, and Raymond Rittenhauer is going to lead us in. Green flag is out. 19 laps to seal the deal here at Daytona. Great start by the 89 of Matthew Quick there. As we see both front cars getting a good jump on the field there. We see also, great to see the 58 of James Peterson. He has made his way back to 6th spot. So right now, it's going to be a battle between him and the 00 of Dwayne Cooper for the championship right now as it stands. The next closest car will be the 4 of Justin Levine, and he is being scored right now in 11th place. As we already mentioned, the 4th and final contender, the 3 of Rodney Wofford, he is done for the night as he has used both his quick repairs. You can see him sitting there on pit road. As right now, Dwayne Cooper is on the back bumper of the 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer, and we see the 58 of James Peterson leading that outside line. Let's see if the 58 and the 89, who's going to work with who on the outside line. If we can get that going there. We see the 66 of Bobby Tinch up there as well. Meanwhile, the 89 of Matthew Quick is glued to the back bumper, and right now, if they can stay that way, he can potentially push the 58 of James Peterson around the 87, and that will put James right where he wants to be. As this time by, he's going to lead that lap by a nose. So score a lap led for the 58 of James Peterson. And right now, I do believe that calls us to bring up a race summary. As we see the 58 has been able to clear the 87, so hand the race lead over to James Peterson. We got 43 laps in the books. We've had 8 lead changes, 3 cautions for 9 laps. So right now, James Peterson is sitting right where he wants to be. He is ahead of the 00. He's right up there. And once again, as we come across the stripe with 16 laps to go here, it's going to be the 58 again leading that. But now we see on the outside, the 89 of Matthew Quick being pushed by the 66 and the 54. These are 2 separate battles right now because the 89, all the other cars that do not have those dark green numbers, they're battling for 17th place points. So right now, the 58 is sitting pretty. He's, right now, if it stays green and the 00 of Dwayne Cooper can't make it around him, James Peterson will come home as the champion tonight, but we still have 15 laps to go here at Daytona. A lot can happen, and I don't expect the 00 to stay where he is for too much longer. So look, as we can already see, he's gone to the high side. He's going to try and get up on the back of the 54. He tried to make a move back down to get there behind the 87 Raymond Rittenhauer, but the 8 of Gregory Thompson was there to seal the hole up. As we see, the 4 of Justin Levine has made his way back in the picture as well. So we've got all 3 remaining chase contenders inside the top 10 right now. And this time by at the line, score another new leader, Bobby Tinch. He's going to lead this lap. So you see right now, the 00 is door to door with the 58, but as they came off the backstretch, the inside had a little bit of a run, but we could see the outside line has more cars, and we watched the run through the corner here. It's never the run in, it's the run off. But it looks like that time it kind of dissolved a little bit as we didn't see as much come out of it. So this time by, easily it's going to be the 89 of Matthew Quick leading that lap, as it will be 13 laps remaining here at Daytona. Once again, this time by, it's going to be the 89 of Matthew Quick with 12 laps remaining here at Daytona. And we see once again the 00's trying to get that outside line moving, but he's being held up, and right behind him we see the 4 of Justin Levine as also for contention of the championship. But right now, James Peterson is sitting very safe. He's got a couple cars around him as a buffer. Right now, he would be the champion if it does stay green and the 00 and the 4 cannot get around him. But right now, he seems to be doing an amazing job holding that inside line, as this time it's going to be 3 wide after they cross the stripe. We see the 54 had to step out, which is going to open the door for the 00, as he's going to be the second car now, so he's going to fall in behind Bobby Tinch.
As the 4 drops down quick and fast down in behind that 87. He's going to try to take the spot away from Wayne on the inside.
So right now, that's definitely playing more in favor for the 58 of James Peterson. Power move by the 4, Justin Levine dropping to the inside. That's going to block the hole for the 00, so he's going to have to stay on the outside there. And right now we see the 58 is riding right behind the 89. He's holding a great line on the bottom, and he's only got to do it 10 more times to bring home that championship. The warp. So we saw the 00 there. He had a wicked warp as they were going to the turns 3 and 4 there. He kind of shot into the fence, but seems to be stabilized now. So it's still the 89 of Matthew Quick out front, and James Peterson still riding right along there. As we see the 4 car is still inside of the 00 Dwayne Cooper there, as you see the 87 Raymond Rittenhauer as well. see the one of R.D. Peterson Jr. staying down below the racing surface because it is under 10 to go. Lap cars are told to get the hell out of the way.
That too needs to be careful. He can't leave that middle lane open because that 4-car Justin Levine will put it in there and there will be a wreck. I guarantee it.
Oh, without a doubt. You see the 54 Chris Akers. He's down below the apron. He's going to stay down there, bring it back up. Now, right, what we're seeing here is the battle for the championship. We see the 58, the 00, and the 4. There'll be 7 laps to go this time by. And it's starting to shrink now as we see the 4 Justin Levine. He's going to jump back up to the high side. And that's going to give a slight advantage to that outside line. The 87 of Raymond Rittenhauer. He's getting up to the back bumper of the 58. Right now it's going to be 3 on 4, but there is more cars coming on the bottom line. We've got a pack of 3. If they can catch up to the bottom, this could potentially help.
Wow, that was close. I thought he was going to try to make it 3 wide, and then he almost clips the 66 trying to get back in line.
And he almost got a piece of the 2 as well. So that's gonna definitely hurt the outside line, and it's definitely, we see again, he almost makes contact with the 4 there. We've got the 00 going around. Caution is out. This might end the race here. If it does, that will mean we will crown the 58 of James Peterson as your season champion. And I do believe we might finish this one under caution. We're going to go on board with the 00, see what happened there. We see him pack racing here. Coming through 1 and 2, we see Justin Levine drop to the bottom. We see the 2 of Rod Ronimus. It looks like he just gets in the back of the 00, sends them around, and then that's all she wrote there. As we can see, the motor is definitely detonated on that 00 car. That's going to drop the 00 out of contention for the championship. So like I said, if this race finishes under caution, we're going to hand not only the championship, but the Z's custom diecast car over to the 58 of James Peterson. Right now, that's going to leave 2 cars in contention, the 58 and the 4. This one's definitely, it might come down to a 1-lap shootout, but I don't know. If it's a 1-lap shootout, my guess is all hell's gonna break loose. As we see the 58 of James Peterson going down pit road. The 4 of Justin Levine's gonna stay out, so if everything cycles around the way it's supposed to, that means that by going down pit road, by default, if the race ends now, Justin Levine is going to be our season champion. So right now, your current race leader is the 89 of Matthew Quick, but all eyes are on the 4 of Justin Levine. It looks like we are going to get a green-white checkered one-lap shootout. So right now, it's anybody's race to win, but right now it is Justin's championship to win.
No, it's Justin's to lose.
Well, that being said, with one lap, anything can happen, but I don't know if it's going to, but we've seen stranger things. So as we go through the top 10 here, obviously we see the 89 of Matthew Quick out front as your leader. 66 Bobby Tinch second. Raymond Rittenhauer in the 87 third. The 2 of Rod Ronimus fourth. Justin Levine, who right there is the leading contender to bring home the championship tonight, in fifth. And it does appear that since the pace car lights did not go out this time by, this race is going to finish under caution. So hand the championship to the 4 of Justin Levine. He's going to be the recipient of the Z's custom diecast car, as well as the champion of the Cyber Racing Association K&N West Automotive Solutions Series. Alrighty, as we see, the white flag is out, lights are still on the pace car, which means your race winner tonight and rounding out the season will be the 89 of Matthew Quick. Bobby Tinch is going to bring home second, Raymond Rittenhauer third, Rod Ronimus fourth, Justin Levine fifth, but Justin is going to be our season champion here. The 45 of Eddie Hawk sixth, Jason Kinzer seventh, Gregory Thompson 8th, Zachary Hale 9th, and James Peterson is going to round out the top 10. If he only had stayed out on track, James would have had the championship sealed up there, but as the checker flag comes out, that's going to do it for the season. Matthew Quick's going to be the winner tonight, but the real winner tonight is going to be the 4 of Justin Levine, bringing home the championship.
So anyway, I did get a confirmation on the reason James came down pit road. He had 0.2 gallons of fuel left in that car. He would not have made it.
Oh, that's definitely a good reason to go down pit road.
So, and that being said, here is Raymond Rittenhauer.
All right, Raymond, you brought it home third tonight in the season ender. How's it feel?
Felt pretty good tonight.
I know we saw typical things of plate racing, but we also saw a lot of things that normally you wouldn't see here. That the top contenders getting knocked out early, and I think the biggest one we saw was the 5 going upside down. I lost count of how many times he was spinning upside down after about 20. I mean, hell, it made me dizzy watching the replay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was started in the back and took home third place. I'm happy with it.
And definitely a strong finish to the season, and unfortunately we will not be around next season to carry the alternating thing, but we've had a great time with you guys for the last 2 seasons, and we hope that you guys continue to carry on the great racing. And again, congratulations bringing home third. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, my teammate Matt for helping me out and on the win there. Good job for him. Matthew Walzenbeck. Everybody else, you guys for putting on a great show.
All right, well, once again, congratulations, and thank you guys for putting on such amazing races. We were glad to be a part of it and hope you guys continue it. That was our third place finisher, Raymond Rittenhauer. Now we will bring in the 66 of Bobby Tinch. All right, Bobby, you brought it home second tonight. How does it feel?
Pretty good night. I hadn't run these cars in a while.
Well, we would not have known that had you not said it, because you did a really good job up there on the high side the entire night. And as I say, I love that paint scheme. I'm a huge fan of the old throwback Mountain Dew cars, and we definitely saw a lot of the 66 up front. So you brought it home second in the season ender, and we see in typical Cyber tradition, y'all are burning it down for the fans at the start-finish line. How did it feel during that last run?
It was a little loose on the outside, you know, and I was trying to not run into anybody, you know, that was running for the championship. I was trying to give them room, and I just didn't want to be the decider in the championship and run a clean race and let that work its way out.
Well, you did a hell of a job. You brought it home in second. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Dwayne for putting on this series. I mean, he does a great job every week. Really appreciate what he does, and for you guys that do the broadcast, you do an awesome job up there, and about it.
All right, well, once again, congratulations on your second place. That's going to do it for this season, and I hope you guys roll it out in full force next season.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
That was our second place. Alan, I'll give you the luxury of interviewing our race winner, the 89er, Matthew Quick.
Matthew, you brought it home first tonight, buddy. Good racing, good season for you guys. Tell us what you think.
It was an interesting race. I mean, being in the race, I was just trying to stay tucked behind Rodney there, and kind of got a little bit out of shape, and then I kept trying to get off the gas coming out of the 2 there, and I got hit from behind from somebody, and then it shot me right into Rodney, and I ended up taking him out. And then after that, I just kind of rode around in the back to that last pit stop. I was just kind of waiting for something. I thought we were out of it. I think it was like, I'm guesstimating right here about lap 36 when there was a car that spun out, but there was no caution. I was way behind the pack, and then a couple laps later, the caution finally came out and took fuel only, got up to the front, but I think it came out second, and somehow got in first, and nobody was trying to pass me, and I got lucky. I don't know. That's kind of all it is luck. So I didn't die completely, but congrats to Justin Levine on that championship. But the Grumpy Cat Chevy is doing all right today.
And that is undoubtedly Mike Major's favorite paint scheme right there. We call it the Psychedelic Kitty. Awesome paint job. You brought home the win in the season finale. Unfortunately, this is our last race with you guys. We will not be back next season. You guys put on one hell of a show for 2 seasons in a row. Absolutely amazing job bringing it home on the W tonight in the season finale. I hope you guys roll out tenfold next season and you bring home 3 or 4 more W's at least.
Well, here at Dingleberry Motorsports with the 87, I mean, we did pretty good tonight. I mean, you got third tonight, but I've won the season finale the last 2 years, just wasn't in the championship. So somehow I know how to nail these, last races. But it is what it is. Thanks for broadcasting the last 2 seasons, like you said, and yeah, that's news to me. You guys aren't coming back, but I mean, thanks for doing what you guys do.
Well, it's been a pleasure covering you guys. You week in, week out, put on one hell of a show. I think it was just last week at Talladega. Y'all were 4 wide, 4 deep. That's the kind of racing we love seeing, and we wish y'all all the best.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that was our race winner, but now, before we bring in our champion, we are going to bring in our driver of the year, Mr. Matthew Welzenbach.
Matthew, buddy, good job getting driver of the season, driver of the year. You managed to pull it off with, would you say, only 3 incidents this race?
No, I got 4, and then I was stupid and forgot to turn on my quick repair, so I pretty much was out of the race about midway through, and, I think I was battling the 54 there, it was, or the 45 of Eddie Hawks. He was 10 points behind me, so I needed to have a good race. He needed to have a flawless race. Neither of us did, unfortunately, but, I would have rather been racing, but I'll definitely take driver of the season. That's, something to aim for, I guess, if you can't win it all.
There you go. Awesome job, buddy.
Thank you very much, guys, and thanks for what you do. And thank Dwayne for putting this on, and look forward to the next season.
All right. Well, you have a good night, and good luck to you next season.
Thank you, guys.
All right, now the moment we've all been waiting for. We are going to bring our season champion in. All right, Justin, you did it. You brought home the championship, and most importantly, Dwayne has to mail that Z's Custom Diecast card to you. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. I'm so ecstatic.
It was definitely one hell of a race. We saw early on the big one happen, and I do believe I almost puked when the 5 went upside down about 30 times and spun, but it made for an amazing replay, and we saw all 4 of you guys who are the chase contenders up in the top 10 pretty much the entire race. Rodney got taken out, then Dwayne got taken out, and then James had to go down pit road because he only had 0.2 gallons of fuel left, and that left you with the championship. So that's got to be a great feeling. The only way I think you could have beat that is to not only bring home the championship but win the race, but still, I'll take a championship over a race 1.
Yeah, of course. I can't believe it. Like, watching him go down pit lane, I was like, does he think it's over? I didn't even think fuel. So I thought he pitted the last pit run.
At first, I kind of thought he was pulling a Mark Martin myself, but Alan went and got confirmation that he would not have made it the rest of the distance. So you brought it home with the number 1 spot, and that means that you're going to have a huge target on your back come next season.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait already.
Well, we already interviewed Raymond, Bobby, and Matthew, but the real one is definitely you since you are the champion. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank Dwayne, everyone that makes this possible, all the sponsors, you guys, all my teammates, and everyone that's part of this league just to make it go on every Friday and Saturday.
All right, well, once again, congratulations on winning the championship, and good luck to you next season.
Thanks, you too.
All right, that was definitely an interesting race in the books. We've got a champion crowned. We've got a separate race winner. So it's basically two races going on, one for the championship and one for the actual race, and we got both of them tonight. We saw the typical amount of carnage for a super speedway track, but we all know the nature of the beast. Everybody's got to roll the dice when they go out there at 206 miles an hour in the draft, and it's definitely the byproduct that we've seen. As I've said probably 3 or 4 times now, the prime example of that was the 5 car of Thomas Labar. When he got clipped coming out of turn 2, he went upside down, and it almost reminded me of Jeff Gordon when he came out of turn 4 and got put over on his lid, except Gordon slid straight, and the 5 ended up looking more like a whirling dervish than a race car, but it did land on its wheels, and he was able to fire it over and get it back going. And I do believe he was able to finish the race under power, so that's still a win in my book if you can pull off a kick flip 10,000 like that and still stick the landing.
Yeah, it was a pretty good wreck after all. I mean, but anyway, it's been great broadcasting you guys, Dwayne. I wish we were staying with you, but hey, I understand. You got somebody that's going to take over for you on Facebook Live, which is a place we're really not comfortable broadcasting right now. So you guys take it easy. Good luck to y'all in everything you do.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys coming on, and like I told Art the other day, it's purely financial. We don't have any sponsors for next year or anything like that, so it's, all about financial, and we're actually looking at doing it ourselves to save the money. It's pretty expensive. You figure, on a night to run a race between paying our racing and broadcasting and the drivers out, it's $50 to $75 a race. So when you don't have a sponsor and you're doing it, it's like a low budget. But you guys did a great job all the way through. I wish we could have sunk it over, but I guess we got made an offer that we just couldn't refuse, and it didn't work out with y'all on Wednesday nights. So, it was kind of a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, no hard feelings, man. Enjoyed broadcasting you guys, and
No, Alan, you already fucking broke it. We've had a blast covering the last 2 seasons with you guys. You guys have shown not only some of the best car control with the K&N series car, we've seen some of the highest speeds. Just last week at Talladega, we saw 4 wide, 4 deep. It's all about the racing. Anything that can better it. I mean, I even tuned in and watched the Dirt Series on Facebook. If you guys got that many views on Facebook, it only deserves to go to the person that you can afford, because like you said, everything does come out of your wallet, and it is not cheap to put on these races. So it is definitely a financial decision that there's no hard feelings on the table. I completely all of us know where it's coming from, because with Diehard, we have a lot of stuff that gets paid out, and luckily most of our drivers donate back into the league, and we kind of get, I guess, a little bit of a heads up on it. And I tried to get into doing the broadcasting for free there, but Seth refused to do that, so he's still paying out of pocket for that. But it is definitely not cheap to put on these leagues. We've had fun. It's been a blast. And like Alan said, I hope y'all have amazing seasons to come. We've had a shitload of fun covering you guys. It's just been one hell of a ride.
Yeah, and you talk about the views. I mean, our dirt racing, I don't know. We can't get on the portal, but I'd be willing to bet money against anybody that we have the largest dirt racing league. We got more drivers signed up in the dirt racing league than we do both super speedway series, 120 of them. And we had 40 of them show up for each race Wednesday night. And we even had iRacing watching that race. But we can use them numbers that was there and go to sponsors and say, look, we got this many views, Because on Facebook, unlike YouTube, you have to get somebody to watch it on Facebook. when somebody else watches it, it all breaks it down on our page. It tells us who watched, how many people watched it for 10 seconds, how many people watched it for a minute, which is big when you're trying to get money to sponsor these leagues, because they are expensive. People don't realize that, Art, that, you know, you don't just go put up a server. You got to pay iRacing to put up a server. You know, you got to pay iRacing $10 to have a league. You know, so iRacing gets their hands in you any kind of way they can, and if you don't have a driver's fee, which drivers hate, and drivers don't give back, then, you know, you have to do what's there. And, you know, I'm going to miss you guys, because you guys were the X-rated version. The drivers could come in here and tell Alan to fuck off. And tell,
which they've done several times.
And tell Art that he was on DHI's dick, you know, and we can't do that on the other broadcast, and we damn sure can't do it on Facebook, so Jorgensen is going to be censored.
Shit out of luck.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's hard to put Dale Jr. there under, well, let me just say, we might have to start a GoFundMe for a muzzle big enough to cover that one up.
Speaking of Jorgensen, dude, the end of the truck championship last week, they pulled Jorgensen up and he was stoked from winning, and he was motherfucking this. Them motherfuckers are gonna get it next year, and I was about to fall out of my chair. No, not this one. That's the Friday night when you can do that.
That's the one thing that we loved about this league. We could come in and we didn't have to keep it PG rated. I mean, we try to keep them as clean as possible, but once the first puck falls out of somebody's mouth, it's bound to start falling out everywhere. I mean, it's the most versatile word in the English language because you can use it as any type of thing, a verb, a noun, an adjective, whatever. I mean, it's just fun. It's a great way the drivers can come in. They know they can blow off some steam. They can let loose, enjoy themselves. And now they got to kind of keep their mouths a little bit more restrained as they go into a broader audience. And like Alan had pointed out, the thing with OBS and Facebook is, unlike YouTube or Twitch where you have a single stream key, every time you go to Facebook, the stream key changes, and between server changes and all that, you have to reset up the broadcast time after time after time, and it just runs into a logistical nightmare, which is ultimately the reason why we are parting ways. But like we've said, it's been one, oh, I might as well say it in the words of like Junior, it's been a motherfucking hell of a good time.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, if you're watching this and you got a league, you know, these guys are the best. You're going to, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll say it to anybody that ever asks me. There's a lot of broadcasters out there, and there's a lot of people that can call races that have the voices and stuff. But the way, not Alan, I'm not talking about Alan.
Alan's broken.
The way that you break down because you race and you understand the cars and what they do and what it takes to suck up, the way that you break it down is better than anybody else on iRacing, period. And Alan is the best. It sounded retarded as shit.
Hey, I could trip over myself without anybody's help, but I'll tell you what, I keep the technical end rolling, so that's what counts.
Well, I
yes,
guess
you
if
are the
he...
geek in the booth, and, you know, Art wouldn't be without you, and, you know, y'all make a great pair. I'm sad to see you go. You know, if something ever happens in the future where, you know, we win the lottery or we pick up a lot of sponsors, the first group that I would come to would be you guys, because y'all are top-notch.
Oh, we appreciate the hell out of that. And for any of those listening who might want to pick up broadcasting, we do G-rated streams. This is our one chance to actually cut loose and have fun, and we've had a blast doing it for 2 seasons, and hopefully, you know, I'm going to be watching a lot of the races on Facebook, so Diehard will still be there in spirit. We'll just be on the spectator side this time. But Dwayne, it's been a hell of a 2 seasons. Hopefully, y'all can put on one hell of a show next season. And once again, thanks for the opportunity for us to broadcast y'all. And we've had a blast.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys at the track somewhere.
Hell, I may even just dust off my K&N car and come race with you.
Nope, don't accept him. He'll fucking kill everybody.
You got to be able to hold the line, and everybody was tonight.
Well, he can hold the line, but he sucks really bad at restarts.
Oh, my restarts are terrible.
He's worse than Jeff Gordon.
You know what? And I got to give a shout out to Jim. You son of a bitch, you was in the TeamSpeak channel with me. Why didn't you tell me you was not going to make it on gas? I wouldn't have tried so hard on the outside to get in front of you.
Hell, I didn't know it. Alan had to go down and figure out why he went down pit road. And then we found out he only had 0.2 gallons left.
But, you know, if I couldn't win it and Jim, you know, just because of his medical issues couldn't win it, and Rodney's just a hell of a driver, you know, I'm glad Justin won it. He's really improved over the 2 years that y'all been here and since seasons that our league has been around. You know, I'm glad he picked up a championship. I'm just sucks that I couldn't complete the race.
I've actually raced a lot with Justin in the official series, a lot of NIS races. We've actually oh shit, you're in the server, same split as me. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, let's get together and run together. We actually got a couple top fives at Daytona. We did a bunch of B opens and stuff. So I've run a lot with Justin in the official series, and he's just as clean there as he is here. And like you said, we've watched him progress from when we first came on board till tonight. We've seen basically a lot of these drivers. We've seen the evolution of somebody who couldn't hold a line, or somebody who was typically we'd see, all right, by about lap 15 or lap 20, he's going to be wrecked out. And we're like, oh, shit, look at him. He's up front now. So we've seen a lot of these drivers finally get into the rhythm of the car, get a better understanding of them, and hopefully some of our broadcasts have acted kind of like an old high school football highlight reel, where they can go back and watch it and see where they made a mistake and then learn from it. And that's how maybe in some part, in just some fucked up theory in my head, that they bettered themselves as a driver. But hands down, y'all are definitely the best at running the K&N cars. And I think we've got, at least 15, 16 broadcasts to prove that.
Yep. Well, y'all take it easy, guys. We'll catch you at the track. Let me jump down here and talk to some of these other guys.
You have a good one, Dwayne. All right, with that being said, we will finally get you guys the race results. Coming home tonight with the win will be the 89 of Matthew Quick. Bobby Chinch is going to bring it home second. Raymond Rittenhauer third. Rod Ronimus fourth. Damn it, now I'm screwing all my words up. Coming home fifth, but most importantly, with the championship, the 4 of Justin Levine. Eddie Hawks is going to bring it home sixth. Jason Kinzer seventh. Gregory Thompson eighth. Zachary Hale ninth. James Peterson, after having to come down pit road, he had the championship locked up, but he was out of fuel. Had to bring it down pit road. He's going to manage to bring it home in 10th. 11th goes to Artie Peterson Jr., Troy Patterson 12th, Chris Akers 13th, Dwayne Cooper 14th, Thomas LeVar 15th, Gary Champion 16th, Jason Rodebush 17th, Matthew Welsenbach, who also brings home Driver of the Year. He's going to come home 18th. Rodney Wofford 19th. Kevin Wilkie's going to round out the top 20. Then we have the 88 of Dale motherfucking Jr. in 21st, and Jamie Funk is going to round out the field here tonight. So, Alan, last race of the season, last race here at Cyber. Any final thoughts before we put this one in the books and move on to tomorrow night's race?
No, you know, they did a good job throughout the whole season, so my hat's off to them. You know, sad to have to leave them, but, you know, you got to move on. So good luck to them in all their endeavors. I'll definitely keep tuning in when I can.
And with that being said, for everybody here at Cyber Racing Association and Diehard Live TV, we are signing off for the last time. It's been a great 2 seasons with you guys, and I want to thank all the fans week in, and the drivers, most importantly, for putting on the races. Dwayne for putting the races together. Everybody showing up to watch the races. We've had a blast covering it. Like Alan said, sucks that it had to come to an end, but changes come and you have to adapt and overcome, and that's exactly what happens. It's the nature of the beast. We've covered it all. We've seen everything from green flag runs from start to finish to absolute carnage on the track. Once again, it's been amazing covering all of it, but this is going to do it for us for the final time. So Thank you all for tuning in, and don't forget we have tomorrow night we will be doing a new league, the Roaring Thunder Racing League. They will be at Rockingham in the K&N cars for 130 laps. And then Sundays, as always, we have the Diehard Racing League Automated Office Technologies Truck Series, and Tuesday night we have the Mr. Shift Racing League. So still plenty of racing action going on here on Diehard Live. And once again, we wish everybody here at Cyber all the best. Hope that everything pans out for them. For Alan, I'm Art up in the booth. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys.